Welcome to Guffanti Brunettes.
Welcome to Guffanti Brunettes. My name is Emily.
My name is Sophia.
And we've got Pete on sound.
Pete on sound, as always.
As always. Welcome to the show.
I should have introduced myself. I always introduce myself as something different.
But maybe not this
no,
time.
No, this time it has to be Ozzy Osbourne. Someone told me I looked like Ozzy Osbourne yesterday. I've gotten like a lot of things. Like I've gotten Amy Winehouse. I've gotten the girl from Princess Diaries, right? Like the really ugly girl. I've gotten Selena. Like the Mexican Selena.
Gomez?
No. The Mexican Selena.
Who's
the old time Selena?
No. Do you not know who she's talking about, Pete?
Oh my God. All the Mexican fans are going to hate you.
Selena who?
Selena, shit. It's that dreaming. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight. Come to, you don't know that song? Yeah, Selena Perez. Okay, well, people said I looked like her.
Let me see a picture of her.
Yesterday, and I was wearing, I'm not afraid to admit, yesterday I was wearing the same exact outfit as I'm wearing today.
Daily.
Because I went to one job yesterday, the other job today. So I was like, I'm going to repeat this outfit. And the girl that I work with was like, you know who you kind of look like today? Ozzy Osbourne. And then the worst part was that everyone agreed. I was like, not even Sharon?
Was it?
Like,
wait.
Ozzy. I look like fucking Ozzy.
You kind of do look like Ozzy. Did you have purple makeup on? Did you have purple makeup on?
No, I had blue makeup on. And you know what? I had those blue glasses he wears.
And the hair too. Was your hair straight?
I'm actually gonna break down crying on Guffanti Brunettes right now if you guys are agreeing.
Sophia, don't be dramatic.
Oh my God, that's fucked up.
You don't actually look. People tell me I look like the guy from Queen.
It's the Freddie Mercury?
No. Brian May.
The one with the hair. I know the one.
Brian.
I saw the movie. I only know the fake one though. I don't know the actual
So I think
one.
when people tell you that you look like Ozzy, they just mean like how I look like Brian May.
Oh, and that's so accurate too.
Yeah, I do look like Brian May.
I definitely look more like Ozzy than I do Amy Winehouse or like Selena.
More like Ozzy?
Yeah.
No, you look just like your most doppelganger is definitely Amy Winehouse. Would you say, Pete? Amy Winehouse for sure.
That makes me happy.
That's great.
I was like, I don't eat bats.
Don't tell me you actually think people think that your face
I didn't know if it was like any
Ozzy.
of like my like features or anything. Like I didn't know. I was like, I should have like been like explained, but instead I was like, I'm going off and I did like a little performance, but I was like actually really hurt by it.
Well,
and then I posted it on my Instagram story, and she was like, "You fucking bitch! I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that." But she did.
Did you have glasses on?
I did. I had blue glasses on.
Were they round?
No, they were Ray-Bans, like aviators.
Okay. Now let me also tell you this.
And they had a black rim.
I think that
so
if
they were gothic.
I looked at you and like really blurred my eyes and took my contacts out, like I could see, and you went like, going up the.
Okay, ready, look.
Okay, I'm gonna blur it.
Ready, look.
Go ahead.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Yeah, I could see the Ozzy. I could see it, especially if you had blue glasses.
All right, so I'm not Lady Gaga. I'm not Amy. I'm Ozzy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Guffanti. Welcome to Guffanti Brunettes.
So
I'm Ozzy Osbourne.
You glued someone's eye shut today?
Fuck you. Okay, I'm actually
this podcast is actually the roast of Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, I did. I was at work today and it just started like really shitty. Like everyone's out there. Everyone's crazy today. Like some girl called the manager on me today just because she walked in and I couldn't accommodate her right away. So I was already in a really bad mood. And I'll talk about that.
This is retail. This is what retail is.
Awful. And no, I'm not going to say I'm going to quit soon. I'm not going to say that, but I am. I'm definitely going to quit soon. And I'm sorry if anyone from Mac's listening. But so I literally have fluid, like liquid on this girl's face. I'm color matching her. And this lady comes in with her baby and she's like, I just need to get something really quick. And I was like, okay, well, I'll help you right after I blend like the dripping makeup on her face. Give me 1 second. And then she's like, I've been waiting. She's like, I have a baby that needs to be tended to. And I'm like, your baby's right there. And now the lady who I'm working on is really mad. And she's like, I know I have children, but I waited for 20 minutes. And I'm telling you, the counter was so busy. There were like 10 people at once. You've seen how busy it gets.
Yeah.
You've seen how busy it gets. So she was just being like terrible. She reported me to the department manager. And there was a scene.
So fucked.
There was a scene all around Macy's. I had everyone around the counter. They're like, Sophia, what happened? And I had to have like the lady I was working on who I color matched as my witness. Like, thank God she was there. She was like, no, if anyone's going to mess with you, I'm going to tell them what actually happened. And it's like, I hate when people use their kids as an excuse to get in front of the line.
Yeah.
Dude, your kid is sitting here like a little angel. He's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to get your free lipstick right now. Like, hold on a sec. But anyway, so then my day's already bad. I'm jittery because I'm just so angry. So I have a client. She comes in and she wants lashes. No big deal. I always do lashes. And I go to put her eyelash on. And usually I have people look down at the floor. I don't have them close all the way. But today, I just had her close her eyes. And I glued her eye. And I was like, okay, open. And she's struggling to get this eye open. There's actually not even like a little bit of her eye that's opening. It's all shut. So I was like, I didn't even know that duo glue was this strong. Like, the lash glue is strong. So, and she's like so sweet. She was so sweet. She's like,
after she was
like,
your witness?
She was like, I can't open my eye. And I was like, okay, so now I have my hand. No, this is a different lady.
Okay.
I just wanted to go into that because it was like, that's why my day was bad. I was jittery. My hands were shaking. I forgot to tell her to look down instead of close. So I am literally picking her eye open, like picking it open. She finally gets it open. She was so sweet about it, but like,
you glued her eye shut.
Yeah, and that makes me question like my life path because I'm like, am I supposed to be doing makeup if I'm gonna like? I'm like almost like 10 years in. I've been doing makeup a long time.
Can I put my hand on your knee?
Yeah, put your hand on my knee.
I think you're really having a rough day. And I think I can tell.
Yeah.
You seem like things are getting to you very easy. And maybe there's something bigger going on. But I think that like you're here now, you're safe.
Thank you.
And maybe that lady needed a little bit of a wake-up call of like, maybe there was a reason why her eye had to be glued shut.
I mean, everything happens for a reason.
And she didn't get mad at you.
Maybe she was seeing too much.
Maybe she was seeing too much of the world.
She's seen way too much.
And Hashem said, maybe a little less. Maybe a little less
Who's
today.
Hashem?
God. It's the Jewish word for God.
Oh my gosh. And my old boss's name at the Afghan restaurant was Hashem.
Hashem. And he was...
People name them after God? Like their kids after God?
It's Jewish God.
Well, he was Hashim.
Hashim, different.
Hashem with an E?
Hashem.
Okay.
Hashem.
Well, yeah, so that was how my day went. It was pretty shitty.
Yeah, I feel bad because like I feel like you just didn't need all those things to happen to you. And then they probably got you in a very...
I didn't. And
on her way in, she was voice memoing me saying, I gotta take your sunshine.
I need steal your sunshine.
I need some sunshine energy. I need to get it.
You've already given me so much.
Well, I think I always feel...
Because you have an unlimited abundance.
I do, actually.
You do. You have it stored.
I'll give it away,
and
too.
You can always give some to me. But I was in a place like not too long ago where I had an unlimited abundance and people were trying to steal from me. And you know what? I think they did because I work in retail. They did. It's not a good environment.
No, and you know what? Retail jobs and like customer service, like when I worked as a barista and as a bartender, like each time I worked in those two jobs, I was a barista for like a year and a half and I was a bartender for like 4 months. And for both of those, when it was coming close to the end, I literally was like angry every time I went to work.
Customer service, anything is awful.
Yeah, it's just like at a certain point you kind of like lose your marbles, and it's hard.
Yes, I'm losing my marbles. It's marvelous. Do you know that song?
No, is
Sia.
that? Oh no, I don't know. I do remember though, it was easier when I was bartending because I just drank to deal with it. But like when I was,
did you drink on the job?
Oh, every single weekend. I think there was 2 days out of the 4 months I bartended that I was sober the whole time.
Wow.
But that's like what bar? Did you know that that's just like culture of bars?
I didn't know that you were allowed to drink on the job.
Well, you're not really, but
you just do.
No, but everybody who runs, like all the managers of bars in New York City, like are corrupt and just like drink too. They're all drunk.
Yeah,
everybody's drunk
and
in the bartending world.
That's why. And we're all drunk, so we're all like, wow, they're so good at their job. Everyone's just drunk. It's just a big party.
I I got better.
I would like to be a bartender.
I got way better tips when I was drunk on the job.
Well, because you're more outgoing.
I'm more outgoing. I could deal with people more. But like, also, that was a very dark. That was around the time that I went keto. The only time I was sober on the job was when I went keto for 2 weeks.
Well, you have to. I mean, if you're keto, you have to do that. But like, also when you drink and you're keto, like what I'm doing right now, it fucks you up quick.
So what? Last week we were having 4 slices of bread.
I know, and that's why I'm keto now.
I was gonna say, why are you keto?
Well, I went to my doctor and I was telling him about how I have brain fog and I can't think straight, and he was just saying like the keto diet is really good for it's like good for brain health. Healthy brain function. So I was like, you know what? It helps me with everything. I stopped getting yeast infections. I lost weight.
Have you lost weight already?
I've lost 5 pounds.
Well, water weight.
In 2 days, it's water weight, but like still 5 pounds is amazing.
Do you feel weak?
Yeah, I feel really weak. Feel weak in the knees. But I'm definitely, it's definitely worth it for me. I know that it helps my skin. It even made me grow less hair.
Keto, when I was
I'm right
feeling
diet
the
to
breeze
be on.
now. Are you?
I know, it feels so nice.
Pete, are you feeling this breeze from the window? I'm starting to feel it. And it smells like outside now.
First of all, I have to tell you, I feel disgusting. I tried to pee in the car.
So Sophia came and picked me up from work because every time she comes in to record.
It was a 2-hour ride, mind you.
Because of the traffic. So she always picks me up from work and I hop in the car and I get in the driver's seat and I drive us up the West Side Highway and we come here. And today I get in the car, she's like, Em, I gotta pee in the back seat. First thing, not even, hey, Em, I gotta pee in the back seat. So I get in the driver's seat and she climbs over, nearly breaks her dashboard in the middle.
I poured my coffee out, nearly broke my dashboard, but then
what's that called? The console?
I don't know, it's the middle console. And then I go and I tried to squat and I totally missed and I peed all over the clothes for the consignment shop in my back seat.
And the seat of your car.
So now I can't give those to the consignment shop because there's pee. Well, I can.
You could dry clean them. But then you're probably going to lose more money than you would have made.
I'm just going to throw that shirt out.
I think you should.
I thought I peed on the camera for Guffanti. I was like, who pees? I saw Austin do it last week on the way to the city, and he did it like no problem.
Because he's a penis.
I know. I guess it's easy with a penis.
John did it one time when we were driving in. He was like, pull over. And we pulled over, and he got out a water bottle, and he literally just put the water bottle top over his dick hole.
What it's like to be a woman. Like, they have it so easy with a dick.
I know.
You get to whip it out wherever you need to.
You know they have things called shiwis, which I really want.
Yeah, I have one.
You do?
I do.
Wait, you told me this and I want it.
For some reason, one of Gabby's yoga friends who like I didn't know so well at the time got me that for my birthday.
She probably like thought you were a crazy girl.
And she was like, I know you're going to love this. I know you're going to love this. And I opened it and I was
Do I
like,
know her?
What is it? With the blonde hair. She's a lesbian.
I don't know her, but
she wore you would know her if you've seen her.
When I was saying for a while, especially when I was single, I was like, I want a shiwi. I should be able to pee standing up too. Because
you were such a femme.
It really amazes me. I always reflect on this, like how much more of like an outspoken feminist I was when I was single. But then I look at it and I go like, well, I think my views have actually gotten more honest because, and this might come out wrong, I think I'm the same person who feels the same way in terms of like my core beliefs on like gender and humanity and everything. But part of me feels like my outspoken feminism, at least a fraction of it, and I'm swallowing my pride admitting this, when I was single, is like to get the attention of men.
What, your feminism was to get the attention of men?
Yeah, like how outspoken it was to get the attention of men and like a bit of a cop-out.
Warped.
A bit of a cop-out. Like,
yeah.
I now go on Twitter sometimes. I'm like getting a little bit back into Twitter lately.
I've seen that
after the whole
because I get a notification. I'm never on Twitter, but I always get a notification when you post.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know why. I never set it to that.
I literally just started going back on it recently because I go through spurts with it. But I went back on it, and I like read some of these like female comedians that I follow who like are single and like are who I associated with when like I was single and like still kind of associate with, and so many of their tweets are like, LOL, men versus women, like men are the like just so.
For me, that's so boring. Like just to read about, and it is like such a cop out. Like I just think
it feels like a cop out.
It really does, and I feel like anything that's that extreme, like when you have to make anything that extreme, it's just too much. Like chill out.
Yeah, and it's.
Like
I agree completely.
Growing armpit hair.
Okay, that I don't agree with you
to be more
on.
like a man
No,
is just like.
no,
but that's what it is.
No, it's not to be more like.
What
a man.
is the growing armpit hair?
It's because they don't want
to be less feminine.
No, not. It's not about masculine or feminine. It's the idea of like people who grow out their hair. I did it for a second.
I know you did.
People who grow out their hair are saying like, why do I have to conform to morphing my body so I can match some idea of what a woman is? Which I totally like. If people want to do that, they should do that. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let me make myself clear. That is not what I'm talking about.
Am I going to be hated for that? I just really
You're not going to be hated for that.
I just feel like really strongly about that. I'm just like, I feel like people, like men have armpit hair and women are trying to grow their hair out. I'm like,
and what my opinion, you are so allowed to feel that way.
Yeah.
My opinion of
we disagree on a lot.
We do.
Yeah, it's good.
My opinion on what that is for you is internalized sexism. I think you...
I mean, I come from a very sexist family. I'm not scared to admit it. No, my mom literally hates women. Like, she...
like, oh God. Be careful. I don't want to cut shit out.
No, you're not going to have to because she doesn't listen. But my mom... But you don't want to... We were... I don't even know if I should say
I don't think you should.
Because I was going to talk about The Bachelor and how Demi got... I'm going to talk about it.
Fee...
Well, it's not her fault. It's just the way she was brought up. It's the same with my dad. Like, they're very conservative, very Republican. It's the same way that my ex-boyfriend was.
So I don't want to talk about them like that. Because
let's not talk about them like that.
I think the most we can say is like they are...
But Pete, my mom's sexist.
My dad is very conservative too,
so
but I don't need to share examples of it because it's...
Do you know what my dad said yesterday? Actually, I'm not even scared to say it. Like, you don't have to.
It's not about being scared. I just think it's a waste of energy. Like,
he was like,
duh.
it's really... This is what he said, word for word, verbatim. He was like, it's really funny how they're just trying to put women in the news nowadays.
See, like...
And me and my sister were sitting at the table and we're like... What? And he's wearing this white robe, like open white robe with slippers. And I'm like, it's not even that you, like, the fact you say that is bad enough, but the fact you have this white robe on and you're just sitting there chomping on your food, like smacking potato chips, chugging fucking vodka and saying that is so obnoxious.
Okay, but to me, like, that shit is just not even worth talking about because it's like...
There's people like that, though.
And, like, what are we gonna conclude by talking about it? Your dad's a monster? Like, no, what are we gonna say?
I don't think he's a monster. I think it's just everybody is... Like, it just depends on the way people are brought up, and that's how they are. And I know, it's just,
I guess I get, like, so
you
mad
get very
hearing
uncomfortable with it.
That I choose to, like, suppress it and just
you know
not
what?
talk about
I think deep down, when I was dating my ex-boyfriend, I was doing it for my parents. Like, I didn't even know, like, what I was doing.
Okay.
I think, well, I'm figuring this out right now. I think I must have been doing, like, my parents are going to love him. And, like, when I'm in a relationship, it's like the guy comes over a lot. Every guy moves in with me.
Yeah.
Like, that's happened in every relationship I've ever been in.
Every single
guy moves in
with her literally a week into the relationship.
His stuff, he has a drawer, he has like everything.
It's actually really insane how like 7 guys have moved into 2 Old Dutch Road. I'll bleep that out.
Why?
I don't know.
That has to be something like I should get to the bottom of that in therapy.
Yeah.
Well, I have. My mom is really codependent, and I think I like kind of took after her in that way where I needed like someone there all the time. I'm very different now, though. Like, I'm not like that anymore. I really came out of it.
You've changed a lot this year.
I have.
Like, so
much. No wonder
much.
I'm sick. That's too much changing for 1 year.
I think you really... but the thing is, I don't even think you've really changed. I think you've been granted the freedom to be able to have the space to see who you really are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is the first year that you've like really had space.
I wasn't granted the freedom though. I like took that freedom and I ran with it. I was like, I don't care if you guys say yes or no. I'm leaving. But then I had to go back.
Yeah.
You know, I had to move out and I had to move back.
I know,
in.
but you're better now and you're more grown.
I'm definitely more grown.
There was something
definitely
I wanted
more mature
to say about.
Oh, everyone hated you at karaoke.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I wanted to say something about the feminism thing. Oh, I would like to finish this thought.
I'm not happy with what I said about feminism.
Can I just say, I just squeeze something in? We can both finish our thoughts.
Okay.
Because I feel like I didn't get the chance to finish it. It's not that I think that extreme feminism is like everybody is allowed to view what they want. I actually have, I think, pretty left view. Like my views are pretty left of center.
Yeah,
obviously, and some maybe a little too left for me to be able to have a decent conversation with someone who's not on my level.
Yeah.
But I think that when I say on my level, I mean it doesn't mean it's above or below. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
Anyway,
I'm so careful. So politically correct.
I know.
Jeez, this is
Guffanti Brunettes. You know what? After the Shane Gillis thing happened, I was like, if I like, God hope.
The only Gillis I know is Brad. So who are you talking about?
Oh, you didn't hear about the whole thing?
No, I haven't been in touch.
No need to talk about it now. We'll talk about it after. But some guy got on SNL and then got fired a few days later because they found a clip of him very recently saying some racist and homophobic things on his podcast. And I was thinking about it, and like I say some stuff on here that's like, I don't know, if taken out of context and like if you don't know me, like maybe could come off. I thought about the Uber driver, the Uber ride, and I was like, that whatever. All I'm trying to say is I think I'm being so careful right now because anyway, the feminism thing. So I feel like when I was not in a relationship, and maybe it was like part of me was trying to get John's attention or just trying to get the attention of men, but like I do think it's not even about what your view is on men and women, but like I really find that like I feel like I addressed the subject of men versus women and gender differences and feminism so much because I was like, I felt feisty because I was like single, but deep down.
Were you
like,
mad at men because you were single? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe, or
I think that's what you're saying, and I'm saying it for dummies.
I mean, I just feel like there has to be a reason that being back in a relationship for over a year now, my views have tamed a lot. And
because you have a man that you really respect.
I know, but John and I get into arguments all the time about men and women. Like we get into heated debates about it, but I'm not so like outward and I guess how my dad would say in your face about my gender politics anymore.
No.
And I really wonder what like being in a like why that is.
Well, you're also surrounded by people who aren't like out there, like everybody around you kind of agrees with you in that sense. You know what I mean? Like everybody in the, like you guys are all like a tight niche of like the same political view. And I'm not saying it's the wrong view. I'm just saying if you go anywhere else, I think.
That's not what I'm saying. When I was single, I still had the same group of friends. I had very liberal people. I lived in New York. I was around all these liberal people. On the internet, I was so fucking like head first about just like in your face feminism.
Well, you know which one?
Naked all the time and like.
And wait, the present to the guy. The present.
That was
the craziest one. I was cracking up. Don't get me wrong, but you were like, it's a Christmas gift, and it was a present to a guy, and you're like, open it up. I'm giving out a free present, and this guy's so excited. He opens up the gift, and you were like, yeah, you get nothing because you're a man or something like that.
I thought that was funny. I would do that again.
It was hilarious, but I was like, it was a statement. It was definitely a statement.
I still believe to a certain degree of like the idea that I don't think I would do that now. I think that was like
would either.
Part of me having to discover what these feel like. I think I went through a big phase, especially after graduating college, when like I studied communications and gender and everything at college and media and all this stuff. I think I did go through a phase where I was trying to grapple with the idea that I was raised.
I think every step you took was the right one.
I was raised in this world where I really was not aware of gender as a construct of like, I went to college, I moved to New York and discovered and learned about so much of what goes into associating yourself with womanhood and like what men are. Like I learned all about that. And I think the phase that I kind of went through, which I still have like the lingerings of in my brain and I've learned from, but like I think I had to go through a phase where I was like grappling with the idea that the world is so unfair to women, and like I had to, and obviously I'm this like really outspoken person in general, and everything I do I put on the internet.
And you're like, no, we're gonna change this.
Yeah, but like I feel like, and it's not like I think anything has changed to the point where things are fixed, but I feel like I don't think as much that like being so aggressive about how much you hate men and how they don't like deserve anything is just like, how does that help anyone?
That's what I'm saying. It's a very extremist way of looking at things, and it didn't have to be that way. Like, you could still have all those beliefs without them being so extreme.
Well, not without them being so extreme, but without acting so extremely about them. Because I still believe like men have an unbelievable advantage, just like to the point where like a little 4-year-old kid, boy or girl, 4 years old, walks into Macy's and sees that there's 3 floors of colors and makeup and jewelry and clothing, all this stuff, beautiful colors, 3 floors of it. And then the basement floor is much smaller, is brown, gray, blue, and black, and has half the options, barely any jewelry, no makeup. What does that do to a brain of a 4-year-old kid? Stuff like that we don't even realize affects us.
You really think of it like in a deeper way than I ever have. Maybe it's because you studied it. I would never dive that deep into it. Well, I would now, but like I just never even thought about it that way.
But I'm saying like that's the way I still look at things, but I think I have chosen to be a little bit more realistic and productive with how I choose to deal with it.
Yeah. And I
have a boyfriend, so who cares?
Yeah. But I think that every step you took, like it took you being that way to be here now. Like, and that was kind of like your comedic relief behind the way you were too. Like you took everything to that level because it was funny, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes I look back on those videos and I cringe.
Like everybody cringes at videos of themselves, though.
I know, but like this meme account that has 2 million followers.
Ever go back in your old videos of you singing alone in your room? Because I know you have those.
Of me?
Do you have...
Someone found one at work the other day and showed it to me, and I was like, do you want me to fucking walk out of the office right now and
No,
go
that's
home?
like
I'll
actually
leave.
like something that I'd cry. There's not many things that I'd cry of embarrassment about. If someone saw my videos of me like just singing and I put it on iMovie when I was probably like 15, which is a solid age for it to be just embarrassing enough, I would cry. And I'm probably like singing like, I can feel you all around me.
You know what though?
Or like Evanescence, because I was always a rock star.
My
Ozzy Osbourne, alone in my room at 16.
Crazy Train cover. I have a couple of those that like I used to look at and cringe, and I've posted some of them so that I can just like eliminate, like be like, okay, it's out there. No one can come for me. Like my X Factor videos humiliate me, but I had to post it.
No, but it was amazing that you could just put that out there and laugh at yourself like that. That's what makes it so cool. Like I wish I could do that. I cannot do that. I've been doing it more.
I think I'm more embarrassed knowing that they exist in secret.
Yeah, because that does make it like...
Because that seems like I'm
now
still
we're trying
scared.
to hide something.
Yeah.
We're trying to hide something.
Yeah. So everyone hated me at karaoke.
Oh my God, everyone fucking... Okay, so right when Emily walked in the door, you came in and you really did say a lot. You came in and you were just like... Everyone was screaming the karaoke lyrics, and Emily was like, can everybody just quiet down? Like, everybody just needs to quiet down, and like, you took the stage.
Wait, can I tell my side of the story when you're done?
Okay, yeah, wait.
My version of
you
it?
You tell your
that's
version
not what
right
I remember.
now.
I remember coming into the room. I showed up to this thing. I was already really drunk because John's friend Brady's parents were in town, and they took me and John to drinks, and they paid for them, and I got wasted.
Were you really that drunk?
I was pretty drunk when I showed up.
You handle yourself wonderfully.
Thanks. So, and I was texting you because Juliana, it was her birthday thing, and I was like, okay, I'll come. And John went to go somewhere else, and so I was walking alone. I was texting you, and you were in a cab, and I was already there waiting, and I was like, who the fuck takes a cab through Midtown New York City on a Friday night? Like being mean, but obviously kidding.
And Julie was looking over my shoulder when that happened.
The text.
And then I was like showing her, and then I was like, oh, don't look at that.
But like, it's fine that she did look at that. I was like, did she just move to New York City?
It was a joke, but like you know how she gets.
Yeah, she took it personally. And so I get there and I kind of go like, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like I'm above anybody, but it was kind of like a New Jersey kind of crowd.
You came in with a whole lot of confidence, and I think it scared everyone.
I came in with the idea that like, all right, I'm gonna be the funny one, and like that'll be easy.
Well, we also had that conversation before too. We were like, we're gonna have to be the entertainment.
I know, and karma hit us quickly because I thought I was gonna be the funny one at the function,
and you were.
No, I came in real hot. I came into the karaoke room. It was like a private karaoke room. This was last Saturday. I came into the room, and it's this girl who we grew up with. Sophia's better friends with her than I am, but I grew up and spent years being her best friend. Her birthday, so I never see her, but I went to this birthday thing at karaoke room. It's a private karaoke room, so there's a bunch of people I don't know in there, and I come in, and to kind of break the ice a bit and being semi-serious, because that's where most of my humor comes from, I was like, okay guys, so like one thing, when I get up to sing, I don't want to hear anything out of any of your mouths. Thank you. Like, I said that.
But you thought everyone was just gonna connect and
understand that I was kidding.
I always think that about people, because when I'm being funny, I'm like, people are going to just get it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, fuck them. They're not kill.
You know? Right, but what a mistake.
What a mistake it was.
And a bad way to think.
And I remember hearing someone go, oh, she's really confident. I wish I could be that way.
But that as soon as nobody laughed at that, I was like, oh no.
And then you got called a cunt.
And then I got called a cunt by this guy. I know. Pete made a face because, right? It was me, a cunt. This guy,
camera turned off.
I'm not a cunt. That is so.
This guy like confronted Emily because she told. I mean, what did he say?
I'm gonna fucking put this guy in the Spitfire right now.
He Venmo'd me, and I didn't even ask for fucking alcohol, so that was rude.
He Venmo requested you, yeah. This kid, this child, this infantile human is sitting there. I get word before I show up that he's really into Austin, who's Sophia's cousin, my best friend, who was also there. I get word that he was really into him, and I immediately. Am I not supposed to say that?
No, I don't care.
Oh, I thought you made a face like,
no,
don't.
I'm very expressive.
I'll put this kid, literally, I'll torture him right now.
Put him on blast. I really don't care.
Putting him on blast. Yeah. So this kid, I don't care. I don't know him. I'm here to kind of go like, in my head, cockily, I'm thinking like, let me make Juliana's party really fun. Yeah. As if it wouldn't have been anyway, and as if it was my job.
But you were fucked up, so
I was really drunk.
Yeah, so you were like, I want to like,
So I started singing, and then like people start picking songs that are like, not that great, and I'm picking like I chose Unwritten.
You chose Unwritten.
I chose Gaga. Like I'm trying to pick like sing-alongs.
It was a show. You were amazing.
Thank
it was
you.
Just like you were surrounded by him, and he was turning everyone against you.
Well, so then
it wasn't anyone else but him.
I sit back down, and he sits over by Austin, and I see him. Not kidding you, like undressing Austin with his eyes, like literally looking Austin's body up and down in the most perverted way that I literally got a little grossed out. And I was like, oh my God. So immediately I go like. I start looking at him to let him know that I see him, and then it's a little uncomfortable. I literally was like,
"Sure, you want to do that?"
I was moving. This is the part he wouldn't tell anyone because he was embarrassed. I was moving my head into his eye line to like let him know, like, stop looking at my friend like that. It's creepy. It's creepy. And guess what? My friend is way too good for you, sir. So then
and Austin would never be into him.
Never. So then I was like, which is clearly I probably did. That was rude.
He called you a cunt
after that.
Well, what did he?
So then,
what did he say to you? Because I'm still not even sure. I know that he made like a whole bitch fit about like not singing because you were singing. He was like, "No, if she's singing, I'm not gonna sing."
Well, because
and it's like, dude, you think we care if you don't sing? Nobody wants to hear you sing.
I know. So I got up.
Being a real bitch right now. But it's only because I got very defensive of you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I did a song, like I went like second, right? I did a song, and then I waited like 3 more songs, and there was like 10 people in the room. I waited like 3 more songs, and like the vibe was dying down, so I went up again for a second song, and I go up, and this kid goes, "No one wants it. We didn't come here to hear you sing, bitch." Do you remember that?
Oh my God, that's such a Mean Girls thing.
On my second song.
Wait, why didn't I hear that?
We didn't come here to see you sing, bitch.
Calling you a bitch when he doesn't even know you, first of all.
And I said to him, I was like, well, you don't really seem to be doing anything for the vibe, do you?
Did you say that?
Yeah. And
you snapped right back.
It was on your snap. It was on your story.
It was?
Yeah, you posted
I have
a
it on
story
my phone
of me.
then. I have it on my phone. We'll post it.
You must have been drunk because...
I was bombed. And I'll tell you about my night after you left.
So you put a story up of me going up. Like, little did you know in the video I'm going like, well, you don't seem to be doing anything for the vibe. Like...
I didn't even know that was my story.
I said that into the microphone, and then he like murmured something to the other girl that like didn't like me either because when she was singing, I was visibly bored.
Oh, and she was good.
She was singing like The Climb, and I was like, really? Are we? What is this, your bat mitzvah? No, she was literally going like, there's always gonna be another.
I just licked.
That's okay.
Just like she was really like not enunciating her words when she sang Ariana Grande.
But that's what Ariana does.
I know, so it was good, but it was just like
I take karaoke
really
seriously in a way where I'm taking it seriously as a joke, but internally, yes,
you're taking it. Well, and you do want the stage, and you want no one to sing. But Emily, you did straight up look at me, and you were just like, you straight up looked at me, and you were like, "I'm gonna sing, and you better not sing."
Did I really say that?
And then I sang backup vocals.
Well, oh yeah. But then I decided I didn't want to be there anyway.
When you left.
I know, and you guys like would not let me leave, and I was like, I gotta get.
Well,
out of
I think
here.
I was really depressed that you left. That I invited every man on planet Earth to whatever bar we were going to.
Yeah.
So I found a South African man in an Uber. And
what?
Yeah. So there was a guy. We were all like standing on the side of the road. I vaguely remember this. Austin kind of brushed up my memory a little bit. We were standing on the side of the road, and there's a South African guy. I was like, "Oh, you have a cute accent," like being so annoying. And then I invited him to come in the Uber to whatever bar we were going to. So now I'm hanging out with him. I'm talking to him nonstop about nothing interesting. Like, who the fuck knows what I'm talking about? Austin throws up on the window. He throws up on the fucking window. And thank God the Uber driver didn't know about it.
Wait,
He didn't
no
know.
one got charged?
Austin was so polite about it. He literally just went like, bleh, and like threw up on the window, and then we just got out of the cab.
You didn't clean it?
Nobody was charged. No, we didn't clean it. He just left. His pants had vomit on them too, though. So then we get to the bar. I apparently.
Oh my God, I haven't even looked at the camera. Hi, camera.
Hi, camera. We get to the bar. There's a Hinge guy that I must have invited, who
God.
I'd been.
That always happens.
I've been texting. Like I'd been texting him for a little bit, and we were Snapchat friends.
And
I
all
was
of
like,
a sudden
come to the bar. So now I'm hanging out with this.
You know
South
what's
African
amazing
guy.
about guys on dating apps? If you invite them out like after midnight, they'll come.
Well, I must have scared him away because I bitched out Austin right in front of him because I think I wanted to go home and like fuck him or something. And I texted him the next day. I was like, sorry about whatever happened. He said, yeah, have a good one.
Oh my God.
So that was the ultimate rejection. But it was like,
from a Hinge guy.
but
like,
when I get so drunk like that, I have this scary, ugly look on my face, and it's
even when I was leaving and you didn't want me to leave, you actually pinned me to the wall at a certain point, and you were like, "You're not leaving," and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here right now."
Why don't you ever stop me?
Because I love you.
I know,
and because I can't,
and because you're also drunk and you think it's kind of normal. Maybe
no. When you get that drunk, I go like, "Time to go." For me, I'm like, I'm gonna let her. Like you did it here once when you wouldn't let me shower without popping in, and I was like, "It's time to put you to bed," and I put you in a sheet, and I said, "Good night."
There's probably a problem. I'm gonna have to work on that as I sip this fucking vodka.
You're gonna get drunker than ever now because you're keto.
Well, I'm just sipping.
Okay. Fair.
But then, so he leaves, and then next thing I know, I wake up in the morning, and
Don't say names.
I'm next to this guy from middle school.
Yeah. We both dated.
That we both dated in middle school, and I was fucking crazy, and I forgot that I had my period, and I woke up with no tampon and no pad, so I have no idea where it went. I don't think it was in his bed because he texted me the next day, so I think it was okay. But like,
let me give a quick like 4-sentence recap on your night. Sophia goes to karaoke, tries to defend me when I get called a cunt. I leave. She winds up in an Uber where Austin throws up. Her Hinge date appears at the bar she's at. She ditches the Hinge date, meets up with this guy from middle school, sucks his dick.
Definitely sucks his dick.
Wakes up in the same bed as him, went to bed with a pad, wakes up without a pad. Pad is nowhere to be found.
In a nutshell. And I realized I'm really, really bad at texting guys because like we were talking about before, I do this thing where I'm like, everybody knows what I mean.
Yeah.
And I just kind of say whatever. And we were having like a really nice conversation, and he was like, yeah, I don't really remember anything from last night. And I was like, I remember one thing, and it was sucking your dick. And he didn't answer. I'm like, someone shut me the fuck up.
No, keep yourself.
And then I showed my
Shannon.
sister because Gabby's always the one to like make me feel better. She's like, fuck him. He's not cool. And I was like, you're the last thing
If
I need
got
to
that
boost my
text,
ego.
Then
I said something like, I was like, our cuddle sesh will get us through the week. And he was like, I don't remember a cuddle sesh.
Wait,
and then I was like,
from...
I was like, you're saying nothing to boost my ego and I need that. And he just put, ha. It's the guy. It's the guy we know that we dated.
He said all that?
Well, I said all that.
That's like
he didn't
pretty
say
awesome.
much.
See, I wonder, this specific guy we're talking about, I dated him in like 4th grade. And
I dated him in like 6th grade. You know, I
dated him again freshman year.
He knows I'm fucking crazy though.
I sucked his dick at a sweet 16.
I'd been running into him. Like I've been running into him sporadically. It's so weird. I ran into him at the diner. Like randomly, I ran into him at the airport and our flights were delayed. It was so weird. And he was telling me, he was like, you know, when you were younger, you were so mad at me that he chose this other girl over me, and I was so upset about it.
Choose? Oh, of course.
And I was so upset about it. So I took a video of myself burning his picture, sent it to him. And then when I was in class, I would do this in middle school. When I was in class, I stole his phone and took it home with me. And then Dominic had to bring it back to him.
You stole it?
In a snowstorm.
What were you thinking?
And I was like, I didn't do that. And then he was like, no, you definitely did. And I vaguely remember it. I must have put that out of my memory.
You made the decision of going like, oh, you picked her over me? Well, you lost your phone now. Now your phone is my phone.
I think I wanted to go through it. I don't know what I was thinking. I must be like very crazy.
Well, yeah, you're crazy.
I didn't realize how crazy though.
That's pretty awesome.
Don't hype me up about that. That's
I'm not hyping you up about it. No, not awesome.
Burning
like that's
his
cool.
pictures, sending
I'm
it
saying
to him.
it's pretty full of awe. That's awesome. I'm actually like awestruck.
It is awesome. What crazy ass bitch would steal your phone after you break up with them?
I don't know.
We're just not working out, Sophia. Oh, well, I'm gonna fucking take your phone.
Yeah, and phones back then were like, well, it would be different today.
Well, he said what it was. He said it was his sidekick or something.
I was like NB Touch.
I took his fucking
NB3.
sidekick, and bitch deserved it.
Yeah.
Who chooses that girl over me? You're gonna have to bleep her name out.
I'm gonna bleep her name out.
She unfollowed me, fucking bitch. She knows I won in the end.
I would still do anything for her approval.
I sucked his dick, so I win. You didn't do that shit in middle school.
Oh my God. I sucked his dick at a sweet 16.
So I'm never talking to men again.
Yes, you are.
I know, but I just hate feeling like I'm constantly embarrassed after an altercation with a man.
I know what you mean. I felt that way after every interaction I had when I was single.
And that's why I'm nominated for The Bachelor.
Yeah, who nominated you? Your aunt?
So it was 12.
Actually, Sophia is nominated for The Bachelor.
I am nominated. So my aunt messages me at 12 a.m. and she was like, Sophia, what's your height? And I'm like, what does she want? And then I didn't answer. And she was like, I want to get you on The Bachelor. And I answered right away. Yeah. I was like, Aunt Angela, what? She's like, me and Todd are signing you up right now. And she sends me a picture of the form that they had already filled out, just minus the height. And then it was like an about me and everything that they had written. And I was like, you guys are fucking dope. Thank you. They're like, we want you to
be. They rock. I love them.
They were like, we want you to be with Pete the pilot and your dad will love him because my dad's a pilot. And I was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. I would love to be nominated. Yeah. Nominate me. I'll embarrass myself some more. I'll steal phones on The Bachelor.
I can't tell if The Bachelor would love to have you or if they would never even consider.
They've definitely never had a girl like me. I don't think they've ever had a girl with piercings or tattoos like me. Tattoos maybe, but not piercings.
Not face piercings.
A double nose ring girl on The Bachelor?
I don't think so.
I don't think they would have. So it would be very progressive of them to have me on the show. Yeah. And I think that we should send them this video.
So that they know that.
This will be my audition video. It would be very progressive, Bachelor Nation, if you would have me on the show. You're making moves with Demi was on the show and that was a big move for Bachelor. It was in the positive direction. What about girls with piercings?
Do you really want to be on The Bachelor?
Hair.
I think about it for a second. Pretend there's no camera or microphone on you. You're just talking to me. Do you really want to be on The Bachelor?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay.
I think I really do. And I think that if I got the call back, I would have
Why do you want to be on The Bachelor?
I think that I really do think it's because I've had I've been a serial dater, you know, I've dated so many guys. I have like a lot of experience and I'm ready to find the right one.
But you know that.
No, but in my deep down in my head, I know we talked about this and I know that I'm not going to find like marriage on the show. I will gain clout, which is a positive. You know, that's a benefit, but also you'll meet amazing people. It's like a whole new family that you gain. Like you meet a lot of new people who have similar like-minded people, you know?
I think if you actually went on The Bachelor, it would
like-minded shells of people. And that's what I want to be around.
I think it would ruin your life.
You think it would ruin my life?
I think it would ruin your life.
You do?
I really do. I sincerely do.
I did not expect you to say that.
I think no matter how far or how you did on the show, when it was over, you'd be severely depressed.
Really?
Yeah. I think
I'm a really strong person with everything that I've been through.
I think it would distort your vision of what you actually want to do with your life. I think it would.
That I could see, and I've thought about that.
I mean, take it from someone who was on a reality TV show when she was 15.
Oh my God,
like when it's over, your whole life is over. And dealing with that at 23 or 24, and you're already someone who's very susceptible and emotional, and you react very impulsively to what happens in your life. I don't think and it's like for what? For more Instagram followers who like don't really care about you?
It's not like real. I just feel like I want to do it. I don't even know what it's for, genuinely.
I mean, like, do what you want to do. I just
cool.
don't think it's like...
I really think it would be cool to meet new people and be in that environment. That's really it. Like,
I
just like a cool opportunity. And you get to travel. Like, they pay for your travel.
A lot of things will pay for your travel. Get a job that pays for your travel.
I'm not going to work for retail and do travel.
I also think
get my travel paid for. That's miserable.
You're not thinking...
Because then you're not actually traveling and exploring. We're actually having a fight about why I want to go on The Bachelor. Well, and Em's like my mom right now. And she's like, honey, no.
I just don't think...
I think that
all you keep cutting me off. I just don't think...
You talk a lot, though.
I do talk a lot, but I let you finish. Okay. Let me finish.
I'm going to let you finish.
Please let me finish. I just don't think that you really are thinking about the entire picture.
The repercussions?
No, just the entire picture. I think the appeals and the idea of what it looks like.
And that's how I get myself through life, though. If I think about... You're very, like, you know, logical. Like, you think about everything, the entire picture. I take things... I'm very in the moment. If I think too far in the future, I get really stressed and anxious about it.
So why? Are you kidding me?
I know, but
that's what my everyday anxiety is who am I and what am I doing in my life?
I know, but I can't think about what happens after it. I can only think about like a short-term goal and like
but with something as big as going on The Bachelor, you better be fucking thinking about it.
No, I'm not. And I don't think it is actually a good idea to think about it. I'm gonna disagree with that.
Well, we'll see.
I think it's better to live in the moment. I think that everybody around me has been, you know, egging me on about doing this, and I think it's like a good idea.
Sophia, if you go on The Bachelor, I will support you till the day I die.
This is the first time that you said that I shouldn't.
It's not that I think you shouldn't. I just think
making it like I've gotten on The Bachelor.
But we should.
I'm on.
It's not that I think
I got my call back. I'm going.
It's not that I think you shouldn't go on. It's that I think it seems like you're speaking so freely and willy-nilly about it without going like, okay, someone actually nominated you. If you do get called in to do it,
I will 100% do it.
I know, and it's going to change your life.
I know that. I'm ready for my life to change.
Okay, honestly, I hope you get on the show.
Thank you.
If you're meant to be on the show, I believe in my heart of hearts, if it's meant to be, it'll be.
I think it would be such a great thing, like with such positive experiences. The only thing I worry about is my impulsiveness and craziness being portrayed on television, because I don't know how to change who I am.
But and they'll take advantage of you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Did you see what they made me look like on TV? Do you know how much that scarred me?
They didn't make you look bad at all. Well,
they made me look like a fucking loser. I was 15 years old. I was a freshman in high school, and they literally made me look like an absolute loser. and they told me I wasn't good enough. Austin's the star. I think you shouldn't. Like they roasted me at 15, trying to pursue my dreams.
I do actually remember being in the audience, and it was really fucking sad.
It was so sad, and I had to swallow every bit of me that was upset by it.
And your dad was like, what are they doing to my daughter?
I know. But then again, maybe I'm biased for saying you shouldn't go on The Bachelor.
Well, no, because you had a very negative experience. You know what? I don't think they've ever had anyone like me, and there might be a reason for that. I could be made out to be the bitch, though.
I'm bored.
Me too. About it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
So my parents came into the city last week, and it was the night after the karaoke thing, and Pete, you know what Russell said to me today? Totally sidetracked. He was like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, Russell's one of our friends. And he was like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, oh, I'm recording Guffanti. And he was like, will you do me a favor and just like, and I thought I was about to give like good podcast advice. He was like, can you just like please roast Pete a little bit more? He was like, just make Pete like really uncomfortable.
People really do want to hear from Pete though. Like,
I know.
People like since the very beginning, they're like, and who's Pete? I want to hear from him.
Well, here's the final opinion. Do you think it would be a good or a bad idea if Sophia went on The Bachelor? Be so honest.
Be totally honest.
I think it's a mistake to go on reality TV.
It's a mistake to go on reality TV. There you go. There's your answer. Sophia, look at any fucking reality TV show.
I feel like
do you think you could really be friends with any one of those girls on The Bachelor in real life? Do you think that they are not self-obsessed, crazy people who also went on just to get followers and like be on TV?
Like-minded people.
But you are not
no,
that. You're
I'm not.
Such a
I'm not
deeper,
really,
better person
I'm
than
not
that.
really a shell of a person. You know what? Maybe I'm just at a crossroads in my life. And
That's the thing is that they make it look so exciting, and you have fallen for what it looks like. It's not that.
I don't know, now I'm really confused. I thought I knew it.
I mean, go for it, but I just don't.
The thing is, I have this thing in my head, and it's like if like say like I get a call back, I know I'm gonna get it. Like I know it.
You will get it.
Everything in me says like there is no shot
if
that
they
bring
you in. You are going to be the star of this season. And you will happily make a fool out of yourself to be on there.
And I'll make all these.
Oh no!
I just know that I'll be the star. You know
you're gonna be.
You know who eggs me on about it a lot? Jamie
Watson?
Is that her last name?
Our Jamie?
Our Jamie, yeah.
She does?
She loves The Bachelor.
Yeah, she does love The Bachelor.
She loves The Bachelor, and she was like, if you go, I'll be watching.
Well, Sophia, you are a ball of entertainment.
Well, maybe I just want to entertain then.
Well, do it here. Isn't this enough for you?
Oh, I love the podcast, and how cool would it be if Bachelor Nation was watching?
No, oh my God. Moving on.
Hey, Bachelor Nation, I have a podcast. You know, everybody on The Bachelor has a podcast.
Of course they do, because all they care about is fame and clout.
But if they
And I know that's not what you only care about.
You
I know
said you didn't care about this anymore.
I don't. Moving on. So, but we'll talk about it afterwards.
I know. Emily's trying to, okay, well, you're confusing me. Should I become a doctor instead?
Oh my God, Sophia.
Should I go back to school and become a doctor? I've been thinking about that too.
I've been thinking about going back to school.
I think I'm actually fucking bananas.
Someone just knocked, and it's a sign that we've got.
It's the spirit. We're not alone. Ever.
We're not alone.
We're never gonna be alone.
I want to tell you a story.
Yeah.
Enough about The Bachelor.
Okay.
My parents came into the city on Sunday last week, the day after the karaoke thing. Are you here?
I'm Emma. I'm here. Do you
Okay.
you notice though when my eyes are glazed
Your
over?
eyes started to shake, and I was like, she's not listening.
It's because I'm on so many drugs.
It's okay. So you're here? My parents came into the city.
Your parents came into the city, yeah.
The day after karaoke.
Yeah, okay.
And I texted them because we were all supposed to get breakfast downtown at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, which would mean I'd have to wake up at 7:30. And we were out, and I stayed out till 4. John and I went to a bar and had a really heated debate, and we were up late talking.
Yeah.
I texted my mom at 3:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm not making it to breakfast tomorrow. I'm sorry. Love you.
Yeah.
And then she answers back at 3:31, like, because she was asleep and heard the phone and went, answered
You
me.
always do an inhale when you're like doing someone that's been sleeping. You're like,
well, yeah, because they gotta gasp for air.
deep inhale before. Do you do a really deep inhale before you wake up?
When I wake up in the morning and my alarm goes off, I go, ew, it's gonna sound crackly. Anyway, so I texted her, she answered back. She was like, okay, well, we'll just come by after we're done with breakfast. Okay, so I still have to wake up. Whatever. So I wake up at like 11 and they're like, be there in 30 minutes. They were like killing time. They come up here because my mom made me a batch of meatballs, very nice, and brought me all those sweatshirts over there for like, the fall.
She takes care of you.
Takes care of me.
Yeah.
So John was still dead asleep. We went to bed at 4. So I wake up. I remember there's like vodka and like cigarettes and shit laying out.
You had to clean.
So I had to clean.
Yeah.
So and pizza. So I cleaned the whole apartment. They come up here. I'm thinking they're going to come inside, everything. But they couldn't find parking. And apparently it took them like an hour to get up here. So my dad was angry. And then they couldn't find parking. So I got a call. They're like, come outside. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
And you're probably so hungover.
It's suddenly my fault that they couldn't find parking. In a way it is, because I was supposed to meet them. But so then they're like, come outside. So I come outside and they're just like, they got the triangle lights on the car. What are those called? Panic
the
lights?
hazard?
The hazard lights. So they're like, come inside the car. It was like weird. And I was like, okay. So I like got in the car and like left the door open because I was like, you guys gonna come in? And my dad turns around and hands me a newspaper cutout. And I look at it and it's an article about vaping and like how people are dying from vaping.
I talked about this last time.
Well, so he hands me an article and I was like, Dad, like it's been in the news. You don't have to give this to me. And they were both still facing forward and they were like, well, are you vaping? And I was like, no. And I suddenly got really defensive because I was like, no, I'm thinking in my head like Juul. Like, of course, if someone has a Juul, I'm like, can I have a hit of your Juul? I'll have one hit of their Juul. That's it. I was like, what? No, I don't vape. First of all, vape. I hate that we're using the word vape. Like, what an archaic way to describe electronic cigarettes. The battery died. It's okay. What an archaic way to describe electronic cigarettes. So I was like, I don't vape, you guys. Like, what do you? And they were like, well, we looked at Guffanti Brunettes and we saw you talking about how you and Sophia were talking about some pen and how high you were.
Well, they think that that's vaping.
I know, but
my parents do too.
But Pete, is that vaping? It's the same thing, right?
It is vaping, but it's not cigarette vaping with like with the flavor in it and everything.
There's no nicotine.
Still like
Harmful chemicals. It's the same.
It is the same?
Basically, right? It's the same. I hope it's not because I love my pen.
But I thought that it was the flavor in it that was really bad for you, because what's happening is that it's basically melted plastic. It's like hard wax and it goes into your lungs and it hardens in your lungs. That's what my mom told me. It's hardening in your lungs.
Something bad is happening.
It's that.
Okay.
Don't question me.
I'm not questioning you.
Sophia's always right.
But my parents said something else about, they were like talking about the science of it. And I don't really care. I know it's bad. I get it.
Bad, yeah.
But they were accusing me that I'm vaping. And I got so angry. I'm so hungover. You wouldn't believe how hungover I am.
Yeah.
I'm hot because I had a sweatshirt on and it was 80 degrees outside. Yeah. And I'm like sitting in the car and I'm like, what? I'm not I was like, did you just come up here to do this? Because then they were like, well, then if you're not vaping, what was that pen you were talking about on Guffanti Brunettes?
So they're listening?
So I didn't answer. Yeah, and I didn't answer. And no, they're not listening.
So
I think they went on like our YouTube or something or our Instagram. And I was like,
which
well,
means they're
why
listening.
are you looking at my stuff? And they were like, what? You talk about the pup. We just wanted to see the pup. We love Sophia. We just wanted to see. Like, no. They're trying to play that innocent card. And I was like, well, if you're choosing to go look at my stuff, you can't be mad at what you find. Which is so illogical.
That is like so manipulative and terrible, because if we're putting it out there, they can listen. My parents were like, can we listen? And I was like, I'd really prefer that you don't. Because you'll be disappointed and upset and you'll be like, I can't believe that's my daughter speaking. Right. But if you want to, sure. And they were like, we're not going to listen.
Right. And I just felt so attacked in the moment. And John will always say this about me, and this is very true about me, and you'll probably say this about me. When I feel like I'm being attacked, I get defensive really fast and I get angry and I lash out. So I was lashing out at my parents, causing a scene of like, what are you doing? Coming up to my apartment. Oh, this is how you want to see me? I never see you guys and you want to start a fight? And like, I'm getting really mad with them. And they're like, well, then if it wasn't vaping, what were you doing?
They're so concerned about you and it's all out of love. You just need to know that.
So they're like, what were you doing? And I was like, it's THC. And like, that was basically the first time in my life, like my parents and I acknowledged, like, I sometimes smoke weed. And my mom was like, okay.
Isn't
well,
vaping?
All right. We didn't know it was different. And I was like, well, okay, bye. And I literally I know.
you can't be mean to them.
No, I know. Here's what breaks my
can't.
heart. I got out of the car and just like went inside the apartment and like they left. I feel so upset that I did. My dad hugged me goodbye and he was like, "Love you." And I was like, "Bye, yeah, love you." Like, and I stormed off.
Hungover.
And I was so, and they left, and I, of course, slammed my apartment door and like immediately started crying.
Well, that's because you were hungover the day before, so you were really, really emotional. Probably you were having your come down.
I know, and then I felt so bad about it. But like, I was about to text my mom like, "Thanks for like, hope you enjoyed that." Like, I was ready to keep being mean, but I didn't say anything. And then like throughout the week this week, my mom was sending me like, "Jennifer Aniston emotional interview, like thought you might like this," and like things like that. And like
the sad thing is like
Friends
they
is
were
25 years
apologizing.
old, huh?
They were apologizing to you when you
Well,
were
no.
totally in the wrong.
Only my mom was. My dad and I have this weird, like, I knew what my dad was thinking. I knew that it was a hard week for my dad and then I started having nightmares and like bad things. And so I called my dad this morning when I was getting ready for work because I was like, you know what? I can't live in this fear that I'm just like not talking to my dad. I could like get emotional talking about it. So I like called my dad this morning and just as I suspected, because I know our relationship so well, he was like, "Hey, Em," and I was like, "Dad, hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Oh, nothing much. It's a beautiful day. Just sitting in the kitchen." And like, we just went at it and talked for an hour.
That honestly grosses me out because it reminds me of me and Dominic's relationship where we'll get in like an awful fight and then 5 minutes later, or maybe even a day later, he'll be like, hey, we'll be like both in the kitchen making eggs and he'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like extra nice to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
But
just
I feel like that's a little more
sociopathic.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he is. Love you, Dom.
Yeah. But also your relationship with him is much more for the sake of the harmony of the house.
You know, when I was little and like the tooth fairy would come, I lost my tooth, put it under the pillow, he would steal and my mom would he would steal from under my pillow. My mom would wait like outside because my mom would always be like, "Did the tooth fairy leave you anything?" And I'd be like, "No, I didn't get anything." And he actually would steal it. And then my mom started waiting at the door and she'd be like, "You're not fucking taking the money." Like, would
steal your tooth fairy money?
He would steal my tooth fairy money.
Didn't you also piss on his rug?
I pissed on his rug because he would do that. Because he would do little shit like that would piss me off. Wait, but by the way, did you hear about the girl who literally ate her wedding ring? Because she was having a dream that thieves were coming after her, or it was her engagement ring. Thieves were after her to steal her engagement ring.
Who is this woman?
Just a random lady. It's all over the news right now. It was like in my highlights, like on my iPhone. And I was like, "What is this?" Because that's what I want to read about. I don't want to read about politics.
Yeah.
So she was in a high-speed chase and someone was trying to steal her engagement ring. So the only way to save the ring was to eat it. So in her sleep, she actually ate her wedding ring, and they have a picture online of like the wedding ring in her stomach. So they had to take a camera with a net and get her wedding ring out because they didn't want her to. They didn't want her asshole to break. No, they couldn't have her shit it out because it was gonna hurt her digestive system.
They went down her throat
with a net, and they got the wedding ring.
Oh, how did she know she ate it?
Because she woke up. She woke up, looked on her finger after the dream, and she's like, "Where's my ring?" She ate it.
That's insane.
You guys have to watch it. It's like it's her talking about it. She's like, it's such a funny story.
Yeah.
She's like telling the story and she's cracking up about it.
Oh my, well, good for her to have that attitude.
It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
I've had to okay.
Well, this has been an interesting episode.
It's been a lot. There's been a whole lot. What did you learn from this, Em?
I learned that I really appreciate that you and I are able to be friends with different opinions and express our differing opinions.
I know, in such a positive way without getting upset with each other, like genuinely not getting upset.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I mentioned this to you when we were wasted last week, but one of my friends, Liz, said to me about you and I, she was like, it's really, really beautiful because not a lot of people have friendships from childhood that like are as close as you guys are. And I was like, and I love that.
That is so sweet that people can see that.
And I think that's why we're able to like yell at each other and it's all out of love.
That is so sweet. I love that she said that. Thank you, Liz.
So I learned that, and I learned that you should not be on The Bachelor. What did you learn?
I was just going to say I learned that I need to reconsider going on to The Bachelor because I don't want to ruin my life. So I'm going to reconsider that. Also, love our friendship, but I didn't just learn that. I knew that all along. Thank you for watching Guffanti Brunettes.
Thank you for listening to Guffanti Brunettes. We love you so much.
We love you so much, and Pete loves you the most.
Pete loves you the most.
Roasting Pete because you guys asked for it.
That's not a roast. Guffanti out.
Guffanti out.